Hey guys. Well, hey empty room. Okay. Oh my gosh. If I showed you the difference between the quality and how poor it is on YouTube versus Instagram, you guys would think it's a joke. I think it's a joke. It's actually crazy. Um, so I thought we would do a live stream on deep conditioning. I have here my today I'm actually using the 10-in-1 multi-complex mask by Sheer Moisture. Hello, yes, I am back. Oh my gosh. I had somebody asking me if my son self-soothed. Actually, yeah, he doesn't wake up till like 4 a.m., but he does have some days where he's like unsettled and like I go and offer him water and try and get him to settle back to sleep. But he knows when I need him to sleep and he just doesn't want to do what I want him to do on those days. I am just setting up my my IGTV. Go. So, hi, all the way from California, Indianapolis, New York. Oh, man, I loved New York so much. Can't watch live from a PC, only mobile devices. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe after it's no longer live, you can. I don't know. Hello to everyone joining us on Instagram. I am doing both Instagram and YouTube at the same time. So I'm just going to continue where I left off. Love you too, sis. Oh my gosh, Vancouver. When am I coming back to New York? First of all, after Corona, I really want to come soon. I really want to come stateside soon. I really want to travel and do some sort of like a meetup in like a few cities. But hey, from Maryland. Oh, the Bronx, Atlanta, come on. Texas. My goodness. Oh, New York loves you. Oh, my mummy friends follow you guys. You are so sweet. Hi, everyone. Okay, so let's really quickly do this. I have detangled my hair already. I have had it in these twists all day. It's drying. I normally would dampen my hair before or have my hair completely wet before I apply a conditioner. And today I'm using a Sheer Moisture 10-in-1 Benefit Mask. I really love this mask. It smells amazing. The Sheer Moisture castor oil one is just a little bit heavier with like more moisture if that's what your hair is thirsty for. I actually ran out. That is my number one. This is my number two for accessible, affordable, fairly clean deep conditioners. You guys know, of course, I love my Natty Naturals. You guys know I love Bell Bar, but the Bell Bar ones needs to be mixed. The Natty Natural Russell one is amazing just as a standalone, and the ingredients can't be faulted at all. But this is what I have access to at the moment. They sell out all the time. I would love to come to Florida, Paula. You and me could hang out, but first Rona has to be dealt with because this madam is something serious. Okay, so what you want to do when you are doing it, hi from Egypt, hello. Right, what you want to do when you're deep conditioning is you want to have a base. Now this base could be avocado, it could be banana, it could be an actual store-bought deep conditioner, it could even be Russell clay. If you're going to be using a clay, I would suggest that you don't need to add any other herbs other than perhaps adding aloe vera juice or aloe vera powder, excuse me. So today I'm just going to use a store-bought base. I'm sad. Oh, hello. What does this say? I'm sad I got kicked off because I simply was sharing. I wasn't selling anything. Hey, I didn't kick you off. So yeah, so here is my base. Here are a few different things that you can add. Now, you tend to want to add some kind of a herb or strengthening agent and then a moisturizing agent. So you can add, for moisture, you can add something like honey and an oil such as olive oil, jojoba oil, camellia oil, castor oil. Those are all really fantastic. My hair loves when I add honey. I have, of course, forgotten to bring the honey with me, and I'm not going to step away because I've got everything else set up and I don't want to leave an empty live to click off all of a sudden. can't edit anything else. So here are a few options. Of course, you guys know I love henna. This does add color to your hair though. So if you have your hair, if it's colored, if your hair is colored, then maybe you don't want to use this at all. Sometimes you can't really predict how it's going to act or interact with the color, it does add like a coppery tone to your hair anyway. If you have black hair or dark hair like I do, I only really see the coppery tone when I stand in light. Like you can see it kind of like a halo. It's kind of like you know, because my hair is obviously dark, it just kind of gives it a kind of like a silhouette or like an encasing of brown, but but my hair still looks black if it's like an indoor light. Such a good mummy, thank you. Is it Maya? Thank you so much. Now I get this question a lot. What about relaxed hair? Yes, people with relaxed hair can use henna. No problem. You can use all of the Ayurvedic systems. It will benefit you immensely because it will strengthen your hair. So absolutely. And I really apologize to people who are watching me on YouTube for the lighting. I've actually got a box light right here, and I just think my webcam on my computer is just not up to, because my iPhone is doing great, but my webcam is not doing so great. So maybe next time I do a live chat, I will just do one either on IG or on YouTube moving forward. So grey hair, yes, grey hair will turn like a golden copper tone if you use henna. And if you didn't want it to be that copper tone and you're dark haired, you could always follow up with indigo to get rid of that. Yes, you could use marshmallow root powder in any deep conditioner. It adds a softness and it adds slip to your deep conditioner. So strengthening, henna is strengthening. Henna is, you feel the effect from the very first application. It's very good for if you're suffering from breakage. And I would say a teaspoon is a good way to start, because if you use more than that, you can end up, if it's your first application, you can end up having a little bit of a setback if you don't really know how to handle your hair after it's had henna in. You can deep condition with henna on a weekly basis. Somebody just asked, can you use cassia instead? Yes, you may. It doesn't build up for as long of a time. After about 8 weeks, the properties start to fade back. But if you keep up with the treatments of cassia, it should be fine. As far as henna, what was the question? Can you use on a weekly basis? You can if it's in a glass. If you're using a straight henna mask, girl, you better not use that on a weekly basis, because your hair will not like that. Maybe on a monthly basis, or maybe every 6 weeks. Okay, so that is, you can add a teaspoon of that. Fenugreek. Okay, so here I have fenugreek powder. Just a word of caution. It smells like curry. It smells like spice. Yes, I use ORS hair mayonnaise. That was my staple back in the day, girl. Come on, come on. Just did Amlan, you love the results. Can you use that weekly? I would hesitate to say weekly, maybe fortnightly, I would say. Right, so fenugreek, it actually smells spicy. This adds slip to the hair. It does kind of get like a kind of, you know, like when you have chia seeds and they have like a kind of a gloopy substance on the outside of it when you put it in water. Fenugreek can be quite the same. It does get like quite slimy. It adds that kind of slip. But a word of caution, this is, if you're trying to wash this out afterwards, it can be quite difficult to get out. You would have to probably use a co-wash to get it out. Okay, so it smells like maple syrup. There's this massive debate. People say it smells like maple syrup. People say it smells like spice or curry. I find it smells like spice or curry when it's here. And when I add it to coconut oil, it smells like chocolatey to me. I don't know why or how this transition happens, but this is a wonderful, wonderful herb or spice to incorporate for thickening hair, for reversing hair fall, for stimulating and increasing your rate of hair growth. Really fantastic. They work really, really well in a partnership together. And then the other option is aloe. Aloe is super gentle. It's great for balancing the pH of your hair. It gives fantastic, fantastic shine. Hello for is it Westchester, New York? Hello. So aloe gives great shine. It's great for the cuticles, so your hair, it smooths it down. It also has very beneficial enzymes for the scalp as well. It really helps with detangling. It's just overall, I love aloe vera. It's just wonderful for the hair. So many benefits. How do I get hair that frames my face more moisturized? It feels mostly frizzy. I found castor oil really helps with that. We're going to get onto that in just a second. The other thing I have here is marshmallow root. Marshmallow root gives wonderful slip and also is very deeply conditioning for the hair. It kind of makes... sorry, this is slippery elm. I also like marshmallow root for they have very similar properties. Slippery elm tends to be a bit more expensive, but I do prefer the slip that I get from slippery elm versus marshmallow root. Both are really very good. You can get them from Amazon, but be very careful with buying slippery elm. Some sellers will sell you slippery elm, but instead of sending you the inner bark, which is where you have the slip, they'll send you the outer bark. So it's essentially a sawdust. So be really careful with that. Hello from Maui. Do I need to use hot water on henna before adding it to conditioner? Ideal situation, excuse me, hot water really does help with the release of the Lawson dye, but I don't necessarily do that. Sometimes I just add aloe vera juice, but if you're wanting to release like the dye and you want to, release the color, the most beneficial thing would be to use hot water. Oh yeah, so if you want to do a clay deep condition, if you want to use a clay wash, you can add moisturizing ingredients if you don't want to follow up with a deep condition. So you can add some oils, you can add some kind of a fat, which could be like, I don't know, like avocado or something like that. If I use henna and don't like the color, can you use dye instead? Will dye damage your hair? If you're lightening your hair, it tends to damage it, and henna doesn't lift easily from the hair. It literally clamps on. It's very difficult to displace. I'm going to keep this moving because it's 1 a.m. and my children will be up by 6 and I will probably be up by 5. So let's keep this moving. Right, so why is my throat so dry? I swear I've been talking for 2 hours because I did a live just before this. No, I know. I keep saying I'm going to try this black rice. I haven't tried black rice, and maybe I just need to order some and try. I feel like I'm going to ask my husband to bring some home when he's coming home from his shift. Right, so castor oil. Right, let's add some castor oil. I've put probably about a tablespoon in there. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a mix. Castor oil is bae, like it literally helped me to manage. Any of you sisters who are transitioning or you're relaxing, you're trying to manage your new growth, castor oil is really the one. Now you just need 1 oil and 1 herb. You don't need more than that, okay? If you need to strip it back, that's all you need. But today, actually that's what I'm going to do today. Today I'm going to go for aloe vera, just because I have done quite a few henna glosses lately. So I'm going to go for... That's a very generous teaspoon. I would say that's probably a tablespoon. I'm just going to sprinkle that. Guys, top recommendation, if you can, get a label maker and organize your herbs so that it's just not a hot mess in your cabinet, because I hated bags of herbs falling out all over the place and I used to waste so much product that way. So here I have just realized that maybe YouTube is not seeing what I'm doing here. So here I have my herb. Be really careful with these herbs, by the way, when you're mixing, especially if it's a very finely milled, high quality herb, you're going to get some flyaway. Like I just inhaled some aloe vera straight. Okay, so give it a good mix. If I had remembered my aloe vera juice, that would have been a really good look of something to add. And I'm so sorry if it's like a scraping sound. as I mix. How should you wear your hair if you're growing how should you wear your hair if you're transitioning but have very weak hair? I would say twists are great. Braids are great, and I would say definitely very important for you to have a balanced, hydrating and moisturizing. Guys, it's not often we see my hair like this, is it? You want to have something that is moisturizing and strengthening. I would recommend in your deep conditioner, if you're transitioning, always use castor oil and either shikakai, amla or henna. Those are really good to use. So I'm going to be taking my hair in section. I have grays in the front of my head. Could you do a video on dyeing it with henna and indigo? I'm actually working on that. There are some tutorials already up if you wanted to check them out. But essentially, you want to add hot water to henna and you want to add the henna to your hair. And then you want to follow up with indigo. I'm working on a course on that, like to go into more detail, but that's the general gist of the situation. So my hair is kind of damp. I normally would like my hair to be a lot more wet. Thank you so much, Tasha. But you know, I'm not going to take my camera into the shower. Well, not today at least. So I always work in sections. So here we go. Section of my hair. Put this up. This is my daughter's. Right, so this is about to get real messy. I can tell. Do you think a leave-in conditioner is necessary? Is water and oil enough? You have to listen to your hair, hun. You have to listen to your hair and see how you go. Some people, for example, with my son, his hair just loves coconut oil and water. It's the actual best thing for his hair. His shine, manageability is amazing with just water. But for my daughter and myself, we definitely feel the need to have a leave-in conditioner. We couldn't do it. Hi, Maria. Thank you for joining. How can you eliminate single strand knots? To be honest, I would say you have to cut them, but to prevent them from coming, I would say you need to make sure that your hair is organized and hydrated. Start with a fresh trim because the fraying of the ends can lead to it. Lots of friction can lead to it. So here I go. I do like to go in at my ends as well with a little bit of oil. So I've gone in with my castor oil. Oh, I'm going to be putting my hair into like a bonnet, like, you know, a plastic one. Just want to show you guys. Okay, it's really good if you can just press the product into your hair. Just press it into your hair. And then so Black Panda says, I have terribly frizzy roots from years of neglect. How can I bring back my texture? Do you know what? Maybe give shea butter and castor oil a try. Shea butter is wonderful for thickening the hair and helping to bring back curls. So yes, my hair loves castor oil also. So here I go. Always organize my hair whenever I apply a deep conditioner. Will I be making a video for massive hair growth? Do you know what? I will be after I do this series. I really want to conclude this series. Oh, wow. So this lady here, JS1, decided to follow my Ayurvedic routine, and over the 13 weeks has seen a massive improvement. Could you possibly, all these comments sadly are going to disappear once the video goes live. So if you could possibly comment that under my video, that would be really cool because I would love to get in touch with you and see some of your results. So I'm just redampening my hair where it's like gone a little bit too dry. Okay, and then some conditioner's already escaped me and gotten into the roots. So here I go in my roots. And then all the way through. Again, I really apologize for the light, guys. Next time I'm going to try and use a different device to make sure that the lighting is better. Again, I like to press the conditioner into the hair. I learned this from one of Arib's stylists, and he was explaining how like you just get the most out of your product when you make sure you force it into the strand. You're just using mechanical pressure to actually push it into the hair so it penetrates better. Of course, if you have medium to low porosity hair, you want to go in and apply heat so that it really penetrates. Again, I'm just going to go in at the ends and put a generous amount of oil. What is a good multivitamin, please? Do you know, I like the Solga multivitamins. Well Woman is very good. You want one that, to be honest, ideally you want to have one that's got over 100% of your RDA. And the ones that are better quality tend to be the ones that you have to take twice in a day. Because water-soluble vitamins, they don't, even if you have a high amount, it doesn't assimilate into the body. It's water-soluble, it's going to come out in your urine. So if you have your dose in the morning and evening, your body has more of a chance to have it in circulation till it's taken the benefits. So can I do a gloss and a clay in the same day? I would not necessarily recommend it. It might be too much, although you could always do like a little section of a strand. I can really, so apart from aloe vera and castor oil, what did I use? That's all I used today. I did talk through earlier that you could use henna. I've got henna here. I also have a fenugreek here. But I just thought I would switch it up. And I also wanted to show you that, you know, you can just get amazing results with simplicity. Use henna on color treated hair. Use of henna. I wouldn't suggest using henna on color treated hair. I would recommend that you look into cassia. And you know what, guys, with all of these herbs, no matter what, always do a strand test. Always do a strand test just to see what stops shedding after washing. Tea rinses. Make sure you put them from your scalp all the way to your ends. Tea rinses are really good. So I'm just going to redampen my hair. Can you use a store-bought protein treatment and henna at the same time? No. I would recommend henna is your protein treatment as far as I'm concerned. It is strengthening, acts like a protein, super strengthening for the hair, and it can be drying. So if you're going to use that and a protein, it could spell for a setback. How can thin hair be thickened? Amla, henna, fenugreek, tea rinses, those all really help. Castor oil really helps. Amla actually has been proven in lab studies to show less visibility of the scalp, to increase the thickness of each strand, and to increase the number of follicles that you have. Hi, loved your content for a year now. Where can you buy castor in the UK? I believe Shea Butter Cottage sells it. Oh my gosh, my hair is loving this treatment, by the way. I'm going to leave it until the morning and then rinse it out, hopefully before the kids are up. Yes, I will go in and put in some links in the morning. I'm not sure I'll be able to get a chance to do it now because it's already 1:10. But I know this is the time that a lot of my New Yorkers are awake and free and have finished work. I can hear, I wonder if that's my daughter, because I don't know if anybody has any tips for children who have night frights. I pray with my daughter, but sometimes she has night frights. And also just tips for getting my 2-year-old to sleep longer. He always wakes up at least once in the night. So I'm just going in and making sure that my hair is thoroughly detangled, and again going into my ends. What is in my treatment? Just joined. Just aloe vera powder today, castor oil, and I'm using the base of the Shea Butter Mask, Shea Moisture Mask rather. Can I say that you don't need to use a store-bought? You can use any base. So it could be avocado, it could be banana, it could be anything like that. Those are really good examples. All 3 of mine slept through until 5 years. my daughter slept through from 7 weeks. But my son, boys and girls are so different. Sleep training does not seem to work for him. Oh, look, I'm actually getting donations. That's crazy. Thank you so much to whoever just made a donation to my live chat. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you. Keep a nightlight on. Yeah, we have a little nightlight on. To be honest, I just didn't sleep train him as well as I did his sister, because he was like a precocious feeder. Like, I used to just be thankful for when he would go to sleep. So if he slept on me or not, I just was like, thank God he's asleep. And then he just gained bad habits. Best teas for tea rinses. I love black tea. Green tea is wonderful. Just a standard English tea is really good. They have really good antioxidants and things that block DHT and things that cause like shedding of hair and the breakage of hair. It's almost like an Ayurvedic strengthening herb or tea spritz. It works really amazingly well. Always, ladies, really concentrate, and gents, if you're here with me, really concentrate on the ends of your hair. Make sure from root to ends we are good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My daughter has bad dreams. And my son, well, not all the time. Let me just be fair to her. But sometimes she doesn't like ladybirds. She dreams as like ladybirds. I swear, I just spilled this castor oil all over my table. She sometimes has dreams of like ladybugs, and she kind of. Does anybody else have a fear of ladybugs? She doesn't like them. So she keeps dreaming about that. Oh, Tasha, thank you so much. Oh, #1 fan. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you to support. Okay, so are these Ayurvedic powders, for example, amla, cassia, fenugreek, safe for the scalp, the length of the hair, just the length of the hair? They are all safe. Cassia I didn't particularly apply to my scalp, but all of them are safe from the scalp to the ends. I've applied most of them. Interesting. Tell her if she can write or draw. Get a dream journal. Yes, that is actually a really great idea. So guys, you can see, like, I only used 2 heaped tablespoons of the conditioning mask, and my hair is covered, and I still have some product here. By the way, the reason why we are having this chat, this unscheduled video that's interrupting our series, is because I wasn't able to do my live chat the other day on Instagram on Monday. And I can't remember, because I was originally going to do it on this Sunday as well. But I've been having some interesting conversations with people about Black Lives Matter and race and racism and my experiences and microaggressions. And to be honest, those conversations really needed to be had, because I feel like those conversations are really important for affecting change. Oh, by the way, let me just show you. Tell her ladybugs bring good luck. Oh, okay, I will. So here is the results. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're like a bit miffed at the quality, or you could always go over to my Instagram. I'm going to be saving this on my live. So I'm just going in wherever I can see any flyaways. And then I'm just going to pin this up, and then I will apply a plastic mask. A plastic mask, a plastic bag. You know, those Stod Dry are my turbans are my favorites, so I'm going to be rocking that. Great. Okay, so just going to leave that in. The quality is good. Okay, thank you. A tradition for nightmares is to read a book, put it under my pillow, so I can dream of the story. Oh, you guys have got such lovely suggestions. Curly Proverbs, you give us all hope. Deborah Smith. Listen, let me tell you something. I know you look at me now and you see this long, thick hair, but honestly, it wasn't the case. I mean, I spent 2 decades frustrated. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, woman of faith. You grew your hair to bra strap length. Listen, girl, when this video is done, please come back because the live stream, all of the comments go. Please come back and comment the same comment because I'd really love to speak to you via email and have a look at your progress if you'd like to share your photos. So yeah, I was stuck here. I was stuck here for years and I tried everything. I didn't think my hair would ever grow. And in fact, I was told by people, people close to me said, hey, it's just not in your genetics and, just get extensions, essentially. But I found just with consistency, the amazing difference. Like my sister and both of us did not have great length or thickness or shine or anything like that. And we both went on a hair journey. My sister more recently, wiping down my castor oil because I made a whole heap of mess. So yeah, let's take a few questions and then maybe do you do hot oil treatment, washed hair, or does it matter? It doesn't. It's not the end of the world if you don't, but I do like to do a pre-shampoo treatment with an oil before I wash my hair. So it just prevents the hair being like overly stripped. It just gives you another step and a chance to do a massage and really get some goodness into your hair before you go ahead and wash it. It's just an extra bit of nourishment. How frequently might you use rice water? Honestly, like I used rice water on a weekly basis. Currently, I haven't used it for a while, but I'm thinking I really want to go back to, I want to do a traditional, like 2 or 3 weeks of traditional shea butter method. And I also want to do a month of black rice water. So that's the plan after this series. I really want to experiment with shea butter and rice water again, and also onion. So no, this castor oil is not only sold in the UK. I believe that you can find it on Amazon. This company is available in the States as well. It's called Naissance. Naissance is the name of the brand. I also love Tropical Isle, Jamaican black castor oil. How often do I deep condition? I deep condition on a weekly basis or every 5 days to a week whenever I get a chance to wash my hair. Okay. What's in my hair now? It's just the 10-in-1 Benefit Sheer Moisture Mask, and I have got aloe and I've got castor oil. And just to remind you guys, aloe is great for the cuticles of the hair. Henna is mad strengthening. And fenugreek has great slip. It's really strengthening and really stimulates hair growth. These are examples of what you can use. Of course, you can add like essential oils like peppermint or lavender. Those are very beneficial, particularly if you're losing hair, if you've got thinning hair or alopecia. That's been proven to really help with some re-stimulating hair growth. Camellia oil is also fantastic. Also carrot oil. If you're experiencing a lack of thickness or growth, like frustration, bald patches, carrot oil is very, very, very good. You could do carrot oil and castor oil blend, or you could do like camellia and castor oil blend. Onion juice is very good for re-stimulating hair growth. Can you use amla with oil as pre-shampoo treatment? Of course you can. Yes, of course you can. How do you store fresh aloe after extracting it from the leaf? I would say refrigerate and use within as short of a time as possible. I would say, I'm not saying you can't use, okay, so let me say, can you explain why you can't use a henna mask and a clay mask on the same day? I would say it's not necessarily true that you can't. You've got to listen to your hair, but for most people, it'd probably be overwhelming because henna is strengthening, and whilst the clay is conditioning, it's also quite strengthening as well. So use with caution is what I would say. I'm not saying you can't or you don't have to. Oh, we've had quite a few people who've asked to go live on the Instagram. I'm going to choose one person. We can just try and keep it brief because people on YouTube can't see you, but I'll try and relay what your questions are. Oh, she's gone now. Oh no, we're waiting. Will climate affect the products? Yes, climate can affect how well the products work. Hello, have I gone live with somebody? I can hear somebody, but I can't see anyone. Hi, is anyone there? No. Oh, my Instagram, if you wanted to go and see, was at Curly Proverbs with a Z. That's it. Onion juice amazed me. My edges are growing. Yes, it saved me after birth, after postpartum shedding. So guys, I cannot believe it's been like an hour and 20 minutes. No, it can't be. It says 35 minutes on here, and then I think we did about 20 minutes before. So it's been like 56 minutes. Wow, that's crazy. So it's been like an hour. I'm going to take maybe 1 or 2 more questions, and then I'm going to go. Right, so what is good for growing your edges back or alopecia? Again, I would say onion juice was fantastic. Green teas, black teas, fenugreek, amla is amazing. It's as effective as minoxidil to use amla, but your hair doesn't fall out after you stop using it. How often should I use fenugreek tea for me and my 3-year-old? Every 3 days a week is fine. Oh, Aisha B, thank you so much. You didn't have to. Thank you so much, Aisha. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Do I need to do protective styles for my TWA to keep my hair safe? If you can do protective styles, then do. Of course, like when your hair is shorter, it's a bit more difficult. And also when your hair is shorter, it's not rubbing against the fabric of your clothing and your shoulders. So that's a saving grace when your hair is shorter until it's long enough for you to be able to tuck and for it to be able to have some friction with your clothing. Right, guys, is Ayurveda necessary to grow long hair? Black Panda, no, it's not necessary to grow long hair. There are other alternatives. You just need to deep condition. You can use egg or flax as your protein. You just need to find what works for you. Hydration and protecting your ends and using oils. If you want to omit Ayurvedic herbs, you can, but I wouldn't because they're so potent and they're so affordable. You can get them, from the Indian store or from the henna souk for really very affordable prices. Okay, what's best for transitioning hair? Moisture, protection, very gentle handling, particularly at the mark of demarcation. And I would say that henna and shikakai and castor oil were absolutely really key for me when I was transitioning. Let's see if I can find a question we haven't had. Sorry, between the last chat and this chat, the henna souk chat that I did on IG in this one. So, how do you use onion juice? Juice an onion, literally blend it, squeeze the pulp, use that juice, apply it to where you need to thicken your hair or all over your scalp, and leave that to sink in and then wash it out. Be warned, it's a smelly business. It's very difficult to get rid of the smell even after you shampoo your hair, especially the thicker your hair is. Listen, guys, you have been awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm gonna have to go. I hope you found this live useful as a follow-up to the previous video on doing a beast mode deep condition. If you did find it useful, please do, after the live chat ends, comment under the post afterwards. I'm going to save this chat on my IG live, and I'm going to leave this on my YouTube channel for maybe about a week, but the IG live will stay there permanently. So I'll just leave this up here on YouTube for a week so people can see it. Thank you again for stopping by. Thank you to people who kindly send me a donation. You are awesome. Thank you very much. All of you. Our community is fantastic. Thank you all so much. I'm off to put my hair into a plastic bonnet and get precious few hours of sleep, because guess what? My husband's working tomorrow night as well. So it's just me and the babies. I'm doing night shifts with the babies and work, etc. from home. Anyway, last question. Minimizing, reversing grey, rice water will be your best bet, or henna followed with indigo is your best bet for actually colouring it. All right, I love you guys, and blessings. I'll speak to you later. Oh, I don't even know how to end this chat. Oh, yes, I do.